Thanks for tuning in to Successful Small Service Contracting and Contractpreneur.com, where I show single operator contractors of all kinds how to be extremely financially successful and how to carve out the time in life to enjoy your success. So today, let's talk about charisma. Charisma is described in the dictionary as a compelling attractiveness or charm that can inspire devotion in others. It's important to note that this compelling attractiveness has absolutely nothing to do with your looks. It's all personality. No matter your personality, whether you're a driving force or you're the type that sits back while others are talking, you have to develop an on-the-job personality to be successful in business. This on-the-job personality is the face you put on when you meet and talk with your clients. Now, I'm not talking about being someone that you're not, but more like the person in you that is the businessman or woman part of you. We often think of charisma as this special gift, but it's not so much a gift as a learnable skill that you can master. I know it can be learned and mastered because I was once less than confident in social and business situations myself. I had a friend that I hung around with many years ago named Pete. He was a super confident guy. He could talk to anyone and always had the attitude that he could accomplish anything he put his mind to. I really admired that guy. Pete was my neighbor in an apartment complex we lived in, and he was studying to be a chiropractor at the time, so he was in school. We're both single and extremely broke as we were just getting started in the working world, and we wanted to go to a nightclub in town that was famous for their music. Problem was, those days we had to choose carefully what we did with our money, so for the concert we figured we needed gas, food, drinks, and entry fee to go, right? Well, something had to give. We didn't have enough cash. Looks like we're not eating tonight. Oh well, we ate yesterday. We'll be okay. Now, this particular club had 5 different sections that played 5 different music themes, all separated by thick glass. I love that place. This particular night, there was a bar mitzvah being thrown in one of the sections, and as we walked by, the food smelled incredibly good. We were so hungry. There were about 100 people in there, and we had just about passed the door, and Pete stopped in front of me. I just about ran him over. He doubled back and he said, "Follow me and just follow my lead." And before I could say anything, he headed into the bar mitzvah. Now, I'm thinking he's crazy, but I was right on his tail. You guessed it, he was headed to the food bar inside the party. He picks up a plate, calmly starts putting food on his plate, and starts a conversation with anyone that would listen. I just followed his lead. I was behind him, nodding my head to the conversations he started, all the while eating the food on my plate in case we got kicked out. Now, the point here is not about us stealing food, as I suppose that's what it was, but rather how Pete had the confidence and charisma in him to know that he could pull that off by acting like he belonged there. The way he engaged with the partygoers caused the effect that there was no reason to question him. That incident changed my life in many ways, including my decision not to steal food anymore. Charismatic people are able to extend significant influence, especially in business, because he or she connects with others in meaningful ways. People want to believe in the charismatic and confident person. Now, this skill has been used for less than honorable reasons to dupe people, but when used for good, it's very powerful for your business. Having the ability to make that person that you're talking to feel as they were the only person in the room is definitely an art. It's rare to receive that kind of attention from anyone, so the ability to do so makes a big impression. Below are some of the traits of the most charismatic people. Number 1, empathy. This is being able to see a person's perspective and to understand how that person's feeling. You can only be empathetic and place yourself in another person's shoes if you are fully attentive to them. Which brings us to listening properly. Number 2, good listening skills. This is the ability to truly hear what someone is trying to communicate to you, both verbally and non-verbally. Think of the person who interrupts you when you're talking or can't wait to interject in the conversation. He's truly not listening to you because he's thinking about himself. What he'll say, how smart he'll sound. In summary, if you're distracted or thinking about what to say next, not truly present, you're truly not listening. Good listening skills include paying attention to the position of the person's body you're talking to. That brings us to number 3, body language. This is the ability to read someone by the way they're holding their body. A person that is sitting extremely upright in a chair with their arms crossed may be saying, hey, don't bother me. Or don't try to sell me anything without verbally saying it. Someone that's talking a bit but slumped over and making very little eye contact may be saying, don't bother me also. Speaking of eye contact, number 4, eye contact is one of the most powerful forms of human interaction. We feel that when someone's eyes contact shifts away from us, their attention has also shifted away. When you're looking someone in the eye, the impact of that connection can be very powerful. In addition to feeling heard, people actually feel seen. It implies that you care about them and what they have to say or relate to you. Number 5 is enthusiasm, and this is the ability to uplift another person through praise of their actions or ideas. Enthusiasm is difficult to fake because it's such a real emotion. It can only occur when you're sincerely engaging what that other person is saying or doing. For enthusiasm to come across powerfully, you have to sincerely feel it. Your ability to be fully present and engaged is essential. Number 6 is self-confidence, and this is a big one. Not cocky, but confident. The ability to act authentically without worrying about what other people think. Many people are so busy worrying about how they appear that they end up coming across as nervous or inauthentic. Their focus is on themselves rather than the person. When you are fully present, you are focused on others rather than yourself. As a consequence, you naturally come across as confident instead of worrying about what others are thinking of you. You're composed, genuine, and natural. To sum all this up, these are all learned skills that will carry you far in the business world. If you're the type of person that is shy or introverted, learn more about these skills. There are classes on that go much deeper than I have here. Learn to use these skills a little at a time. Practice the ones first that you feel that are going to come easier to you, and work the ones that you feel will be harder for you. Well, thanks for watching, and please keep in mind that I will always be glad to help you in any way I can. Thanks again.